evening, Mzansi, and welcome to Trending SA right here on SABC3. It's Friday, and we are here to help you escape the norm and to usher you into the weekend with some exciting guests, hot topics, and top trends from the week. I am the emperor of the house, and I go by the name of Maple. It's His Royal Highness Maple to you, and I'm here with my loyal subjects, the ladies. Elma.
Who elected you emperor of what house?
I allow her to be disrespectful. And I've got Refilo in the house.
I mean, what can I say?
And joining us tonight to help us unpack the trends and topics that ended up on our timeline is brand ambassador, TV and radio commentator, and she just recently added actress to the list. It's the opinionated,
Yes.
the talented, the beautiful,
Yes.
Tshiamo, Modisane.
Look
Welcome
at you.
to the show.
Thank you. What is it? You're a size 32.
All right, so let's get into some very, very important business. Very important. Pay attention. Sex and the City made it on my timeline this week because the Ultimate City Girls are making a comeback. It has been 17 years, guys. I'm not sure how we made it since the hit TV show aired on our screens. HBO confirmed that Sex and the City will be making a return.
Why?
In a reboot that won't quite look the same. The fiery and sexually liberated character, Samantha, played by
No, not a Samantha. Not a
Kim
Kim.
Cattrall, won't be part of the show. Now, the producers have called the reboot a new chapter in the franchise, but many people, they're not convinced.
Firstly, can we just clear out that
Emma
Samantha
Hanyani.
is Samantha?
This is my house.
Okay.
I see more states more. Her name is Samantha.
I think we were bad for saying Samantha.
I cannot. Not
Guys, you guys are so chaotic.
Not the Beyonce of the show.
Hannah Murphy took to the timeline and had this to say. I love Sex and the City, but doing a reboot without Samantha doesn't sit right with me. And then Laura Doyle added this. Said, the Sex and the City reboot announcement put me on such a high, and the realization that Samantha won't be making a comeback brought me
It's not
back
SABC3,
down.
guys.
Okay, but guys, she obviously thinks of herself as Posh Spice. Because remember when the Spice Girls had a reunion and Posh was like,
100%.
I can see you for
Yeah.
But this is not SABC3. Like, are we not premium channel? Samantha.
It's Samantha.
Okay, focus. Over the years, there have been plenty of rumors about a rivalry between the two main stars of the show, Sarah Jessica Parker and Kim Cattrall, aka Samantha. And that is the reason why Kim won't be in the reboot. So, would you watch a Samantha-free Sex and the City reboot?
I will, but they have to promise me the same kind of fashion as the TV show. You?
In limbo. I kind of understand why Samantha. Why Samantha actually would want to deassociate herself with the show, because for the longest time, in every other role she's played, you've always only seen her as Samantha from Sex and the City. So it's kind of understandable for someone to like want to break away, whatever. But again, I'm just like, what's Sex? And then can the whole thing? It's like unlike the Spice Girls, we can go on without Victoria because she only says like one thing.
Also, I just don't like the fact that they bringing that show without her. So I'm not gonna watch because now it's just and the city.
100%.
So the next story that's been making rounds on the timeline is this whole week. I called it, guys. I called it.
Oh, wow.
So Kanye, that's Kanye West.
You are
and
not
Kim
the only person who
Kardashian,
called this, by the
The
way.
whole world called it. but they
might
just took their
finally
time.
be going their separate ways. This comes after a source close to the couple said that Kim is considering a divorce from her rapper husband, Kanye West, if the marriage counseling doesn't work.
4 kids later, a hologram of Kim's father
100%.
calling Kanye a genius, and many public meltdowns later.
And like
Kim,
a presidency, first lady attempt,
name
a
them.
lawyer.
Name them, go
Do you
for it.
understand? Like
Yeah.
East, West, South.
So Team Begazela, it looks like Kim is no longer part of Team Begazela, right? I want to know if you guys think she will actually go through with this, number one. Number two, what has Begazelling in a relationship taught you? If you've ever Begazela.
I definitely want her
Yeah.
I definitely want her to go through with this.
No.
Because from what I've seen, it's been a lot. Did you see the house that she has to live in? Because
It looked like a hospital.
Yes, Kanye is stimulated by colors and whatever. She lives in a White House, and then she has to get married to somebody who wears MAGA hats. And for me, it's okay to be with somebody who's got mental health issues and be there for them as your spouse. But if that person does not want to get treatment, because the rumors are that he doesn't want to get treatment, then you gotta bounce.
Then he must go live on his farm in Wyoming.
I'm sorry, wait, can I just say this, Maple? Without Kanye, who and what is Kim? And by that, I'm saying, this is someone who gave us like a sex tape, right? And then ventured out and introduced her sisters, right? And then from there, married Kanye West. And has now become all of...
hell no!
Everything she has...
Only a whole businesswoman. Wait, Tshiamo.
No, hear me.
Only
hear me
a
out.
woman.
No, hear me out.
Only a
Hear me
woman
out.
who had a sex tape and thought, I'm gonna turn this into an
100%.
empire for my whole family.
No, I hear you, but at the same time, she now changed the brand from being like that girl over there.
It would have happened.
If you take away being a mother and a wife,
Liffy, we're going to look back 10 years from now and go, remember that guy that she was married to that other time?
No ways, guys.
who like is a musical genius and like,
No ways.
I feel like I feel like it's
Okay.
been a long time coming, but at the same time, like Kim, it's not like you're still gonna be a video vixen, like, you know what I mean?
Thank you so much, Tshiamo, for joining us. And you will never be going to Durban ever again. So we're going on a short break, and when we come back, we're joined by seasoned sports presenter and host Robert Marawa to give us a sports roundup and unpack some of the burning issues within the circuit. You do not want to miss it.
Life has been a bliss since the mainstream caught on. I'm looking at
going
the
now.
physique,
Okay.
thinking, hey.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into TrendingSA. Joining us tonight for our sports roundup in the time of COVID, seasoned sports presenter and host. Welcome to TrendingSA, the incredible Robert Marawa.
Woo!
Oh, what an introduction. How do I even match that, guys? Happy New Year. Do we still have Happy New Year?
Yes,
How
yes.
many days into January?
We're all still here, which is what is making us happy. But let's start with all things rugby. The Currie Cup final has been pushed out by a full week because of COVID. But hey, it looks like we'll conclude the 2020 season only 2 months later than usual. The big question, of course, is can anyone beat Jake White's Bulls team? Because they have just been looking phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that's the go-to question. It might sound very cynical. It won't be on the rugby field. The only team that can beat it is COVID-19, because that's part of the stipulated rules. Saying that if any of the teams do present COVID-19 symptoms coming into the semi-finals, they'll have to forfeit their position, and the opposition team will then have to go on to the final. So, yeah, as dire as that sounds, on the rugby field, absolutely not. They've been phenomenal. Yes, they lost against the Pumas, but there was a second-string team that already qualified. They had to give the youngsters a bit of a chance to play a little bit of rugby. But, you go all the way and you say, yes, they will get through. They will be in the final. And from where I sit on the rugby field, they should lift it.
So, Mr. Mara, I guess in many ways, perhaps picking up on this point that you've just made, and I'm going to ask you to look into your crystal ball, we haven't seen the Springboks play since they won the Rugby World Cup, right, in November of 2019. The likelihood that the British and Irish Lions tour to South Africa will go ahead in July, is this another COVID-reliant answer?
It is, and knowing that I was going to be chatting to you guys, I got hold of Stadium Management SA because, as you know, this game was going to be hosted at the FNB Stadium, given its capacity. And the gentlemen that are there, the big bosses at Stadium Management, told me that as far as they're concerned, they're going ahead with every conceivable plan and arrangement and organization as if it's happening. But end of February, they will make a call a decision will be made at the end of February as to whether or not it can go ahead or not, because whatever happens, wherever this new wave of COVID-19 takes us, they've got to give potentially the traveling pack enough time to say it's not happening, and also potentially the people that would have bought packages and bought tickets enough time as well to say it isn't happening. So as sad as it might be, sure, yeah, unbelievable that it was 2019 when we won it. 2020 happened and we didn't see the Springboks play.
Let's get into what's been making headlines in football. So Percy Tau has been all of our timelines for the past couple of weeks. Of course, coming after he joined the Premier League side, Brighton, who played against Man City this past Wednesday. Let's talk about what this move means just for his career and just the options. What might the future look like for Percy?
Yeah, it was about time that they activated that clause to bring him to Brighton and Hove Albion, because that's exactly where he signed the contract. Yes, he played FA Cup football. Yes, he came off the bench. Yes, they went into extra time. They had penalties. They didn't take penalties. But for Percy Tau, the good news is that he got to start in the game on Wednesday, against Manchester City. So getting to start against Manchester City with Trossard and McAllister up front is just the kind of impetus that somebody like Percy Tau needs. It's literally, they've been tracking him, and the way that he played so well at Anderlecht as well, it was for me a no-brainer that the coach would give him a starting berth, and he does get to start against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. It's an away game and a game where he'll have to show what he's made of.
So now, speaking of the league, the Premier League, will it pull through the season uninterrupted, or what do you think the chances are of it being altered at some point, considering the number of COVID disruptions like what we saw with Aston Villa?
Yeah, the one thing about the EPL, though, is that they're very honest when it comes to COVID-19 and it comes to infections, and they do take action almost immediately. They're not going to lie. They're not going to hide the fact that X number of players have been affected or not affected. And then they take the drastic action that is needed so as to avoid the spread of COVID-19. But as far as the league is concerned, hey guys, this is all about, it's a commercial league. They've got the rights, they've got television who pump in so many millions and billions into the game in England that they want to see it up until the end. There might not be fans, but people are watching. They keep piping all of that sound. I don't know how they get it right, but sometimes you think the guy's going to miss, and then they'll pump the sound that says, he scored. But they get it right all the time. And so it's all about the advertisers. It's all about the TV rights. And I think they'll drag it through just over the line again.
Right. Robert, before we let you go, I just want to know, and it hurts me to ask this question. Please tell me what's going on in Naturena. Like, what's your diagnosis?
My diagnosis is that things are going to improve. We had somebody, no, seriously, Mabler, I know how hurt you were. Somebody told me that you had gone for, just for a quick medical checkup, just to make sure that you survived the season. But they got 3 points away to AmaZulu, Kaizer Chiefs. That is a big, big deal. So Gavin Hunt, who many moons ago gave an opportunity to Benny McCarthy to play football, came against him as an AmaZulu coach and a Chiefs coach this time. AmaZulu losing. But they won. They got 3 points. It moved them from 14th place on the table to number 10 on the DStv Premiership. That's big as far as Gavin Hunt is concerned. That's the kind of win that they needed.
So, Mr. Marawa, now that you have assured Mabler and made him feel so much better about his life, we just want to thank you for your time as per usual. It's always fantastic getting your insights. Really appreciate it.
Well, team TrendingSA, guys, love it, love it, love it. All the best. Keep changing the dynamic of television in South Africa, and have the best in 2021.
Thank you so much, Robert. You stay safe, and thank you a lot. So we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by a woman whose music turns up the heat on the dance floor. It's the beautiful, the talented hitmaker, DJ DBN Gogo. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back to TrendingSA. Now, DBN Gogo has become a household name in the South African music scene. The talented DJ has positioned herself as one of the leading entertainers in the game. Catchy mixes, incredible musical ear, and a distinctive style. She's had many of us moving to music at the peak of lockdown, and I don't think most people have stopped jamming since. So with a career that is on an upward trajectory, DBN Gogo might very well be, the next big export, because that's what we do here in Mzansi. Please help me welcome Losiso Mohle, DBN Gogo. Welcome to TrendingSA.
Hi.
Such a pleasure to have you here. Let's get right into it. You very quickly gained traction for just belting your lungs out whilst delivering those incredible mixes at live concerts in the club. What is that thing that makes people just resonate with you and your act? What do you think it is about you?
I think it's the authenticity and just the ear for the music and just the creativity that goes behind it and the broadness, because obviously I didn't start with amapiano. I used to play a lot of old school. I played gqom. So just the versatility, I think.
All right. So how would you describe the process of putting together a killer set? Like, what zone do you have to be in? And what is the thing that sets you apart from all the other DJs that are in the game?
So I think for me personally, when I put together like a selection of songs, I always think about what sounds right together, because timing, as much as anyone can mix or whatever, timing is one of the most important elements of DJing. How will the two songs sound when they are on top of one another? So I think about things that are similar and where I want the vocals from the song coming in to start with the beat that's going out. But yeah, it's not really something I can explain. You actually just have to hear it. Sometimes I shock myself. I will come up with something right there and then on the spot.
And what sets you apart from all these other DJs? Everybody's a DJ these days, and you just rose to the top. What sets you apart?
I think at the time that I came in, people were not focusing so much on DJing as a brand. We have so many DJs in this country. We've had so many DJs in this country in the past. But the people that excelled were the people who were able to go beyond just DJing, What do you sound like? What do you look like? What are you posting? What are you saying? What is the package that you're putting together?
Sure.
So you're the first woman to produce and release an amapiano EP as a DJ, Thokoza Cafe. It was very well received. So tell me about creating Thokoza Cafe and the kind of themes you're exploring.
So Thokoza Cafe came about, Dino hit me up during the first lockdown that we were in. Well, the first hectic lockdown we were in. And he was like, the studio got in-house beat maker, like let's do some stuff. So I came with my producer, Fellow, and a couple friends that sing, and we're like, let's do something different. Amapiano's starting to sound a little bit the same. Let's bring a little bit more singing back, some lyrical content, and let's tell a lot of stories from a woman's perspective and a lot more love. Not just pouncing cats. Like let's sing about something.
I love that. So, recently folks on social media cottoned on to who your parents are, and they had a field day with it. And you just responded with a simple tweet. One thing about me, I work my butt off.
Period.
Period. I said what I said. Talk to me about building your career on your own terms, on your own merit. Do people understand that? Can you drive it home?
I don't think people really get it. And it was so shocking for me to wake up and see myself trending about something that's firstly something I can't change, something that wasn't a secret. I just don't get it. And even the tweets that came out, I just don't think my parents or my family have the range to do anything to help me further my career, because until maybe beginning of last year, my parents didn't actually really know about it,
Wait, what do you mean? Your dad doesn't help you do your mixes? Like, he's not out there in the studio on these are the lyrics, my baby.
I thought he was such a cool guy. Like, really?
Shocking. Truly shocking. Nothing. He's seen me play once his entire life. And that was when we recently opened level 2. I played Heritage Day.
DBN Gogo, you're telling me the man that has access to the intelligence didn't know what her daughter is out there playing in clubs? How?
Nothing. Oh no, because I blocked him. I blocked him on my social media.
I love it.
Okay, so now that people are aware of who your family is, it was so funny to actually read your tweets, you telling the president what to do or say during his addresses. Let's settle with this once and for all. Did you recommend the ring light to the president? Because he had a ring light at the...
Not at all. Not at all. He also has younger kids, so I'm sure they probably told him, "Dad, you're looking tired. Let's look alive. Let's get some lights in there. Let's do it for real." I wish no.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about the future. You've recently worked with DJ Zinhle, released some pictures. What is next for DBN Gogo?
Well, what do Pinky and the Brain come up with all the time? A plan to take over the world. I really think that I like to do things quite spontaneously. There's no real plan. Instead, I try to set achievable goals for myself, and just seeing how this virus is gonna go, and just how our cases are gonna go, and if the country's gonna open up again. Just to take the music to Africa. I think that's one of my biggest goals this year, is to take the music to Africa and start forming fan bases around there.
Thank you so much, DJ Gogo, for joining us, and all the best for the future. All the best.
So much.
And that's how TrendingSA helps you escape the norm. Join us again on Monday night right here on SABC3. You can also catch the Omnibus this Sunday at 10 a.m. Good night, South Africa. See you Monday.